Yeah, we voted for Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. We live in the Florida Panhandle, and we thought that this would be good for our business. But we're finding out now that we were wrong, and I want to publicly say that we are regretting our votes at this point.
People with common sense could tell when he was lying. If it wasn't in Project 2025, it was a lie.
On behalf of all the people who didn't vote for him, we don't care. We also don't care that you regret it.
Hey fam, Gracie here once again. Welcome back to the channel. I am hoping that from wherever you my people are watching this from, you're doing alright and God has protected you and preserved you very well. And to you that continuously give support to me on here, I do appreciate you. And to my members, shout out to you guys. You do me amazing as well. And we are back with another interesting episode. Looks like MAGAs are running out of business because apparently their source of labor was from migrants. And unfortunately, these same people voted for the MAGA man. And that is raising a lot of questions. People are like, are these people DU, MB? Like, are they that? Because you know he's going to do this, and then you vote for him, and now you are coming on the internet crying and seeking sympathy from people, and you're saying you are willing to do it differently. Well, it's too late for you to do it differently because, yeah, this is what you voted for and you are receiving it. She's not the only one that is going through this. Lots of people are coming out complaining. You know, construction workers are not coming. Farm workers are not coming. Those that are working in, you know, convenience stores, they are not going anymore. They are staying home. And guess who is going to feel it? You have a lot of black people that gave reactions to this as well, and we are going to watch hers and other stitches. Shout out to them creators, and we will come back and talk about it.
Yeah, we voted for Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. We live in the Florida Panhandle, and we thought that this would be good for our business. But we're finding out now that we were wrong, and I want to publicly say that we are regretting our votes at this point. My husband and me own a construction company, and we literally do not have workers anymore. Most of our workers are from Mexico, and they're good, hard workers. I talked to a few of them, and they said they were just too scared to come back to work because of all the raids. Our construction company's likely to go out of business now, and we don't know what we're going to do, but we're never voting for a Republican again. Ron DeSantis and Trump have been passing laws that negatively affect our business, and I just want to say that I'm sorry for voting for him. I grew up Republican, and it's all I've ever known, but now I can see that me and my whole family have been very wrong about this. So we hope that 2026 comes and we can take back the House and the Senate and stop him from what he's doing. There's a special election coming up in Matt Gaetz's district, and we're going to do everything we can to advocate for a Democrat taking that seat.
I was a dumbass, voted for Trump. It was the worst decision I ever made.
I've seen the light, and I got out of MAGA. A lot of us there have seen the light. We have deep regrets.
I feel guilty because I voted for Trump twice. I feel very guilty because I feel responsible. That's why he's still running.
I was with Trump for 9 straight years. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed in Trump right now. I'm no longer rocking with Trump.
I used to be a MAGA Republican, and now I've turned blue. And it makes me emotional to know that I ever fucking stood by idly and blind and let that shit happen.
Because I know that I have been a Trump supporter, and I can no longer say that I am MAGA. And
I regret my vote for Trump.
I voted for Trump. I'm done. I don't have any more resilience in me.
I'm leaving MAGA is trending right now. And I said back before the election, I'm done arguing with these fools in the comments. I'll come back to this post. Y'all remember he kept saying all this crazy stuff? And this was the response every time. What he meant was, he meant what he said. People with common sense could tell when he was lying. If it wasn't in Project 2025, it was a lie. But I'll summarize what a lot of you thought he meant. Whether you're in the Fighters Union, or a cop that saw when he pardoned the J6ers to beat the hell out of your brother, or an immigrant worried about deportation, you thought you were the exception. What that guy say? No, you're not. Now we're seeing all these great awakenings, which is cool for you personally, and I'm all for personal growth, but you're too late. The markets are crashing, the prices ain't going down, planes falling from the sky. He knows all about Project 2025, go figure. Got a South African sugar daddy. We didn't see that one coming. You bought it all because you thought you were the exception and it was okay as long as it was happening to somebody else. So before y'all post, just be real. I make over $300,000 a year. I got caught up in my money. Got a change of heart now. I can respect that. I didn't realize how racist I was. I'm learning about myself. Wish I didn't vote that way. I can respect that. I didn't realize how much of a hypocrite I was. I was so worried about things that was none of my business. Amen. And chose him anyway. Amen. I can respect that. But to say, oh, I didn't know this was going to happen to me. I didn't know I was going to be affected too.
On behalf of all the people who didn't vote for him, we don't care. We don't care why you voted for him. We don't give a damn about your motivations. Correction, we don't give a damn about your bullshit motivations because we know what your real motivations were. We also don't care that you regret it. Instead of wasting time making videos like this, how about all y'all get together and figure out how the fuck we're gonna get out of it? How about all of y'all bottle up that frustration, confusion, whatever, and channel it into a way to get us out of the situation you put us in? Because y'all fucked around, but unfortunately everybody's got to find out. Dry your tears up, stop crying, and figure out how to fix this.
So, above me is a hashtag that supposedly is going around on social media. Hashtag leaving MAGA. And it comes from those people who now regret their decision to vote for Donald Trump. I sincerely hope you are not expecting some warm welcome to the side of reality, because I'm fresh the fuck out of it. I am fresh out of open arms and warm chocolate chip cookies. You're gonna get a cold shoulder, an oatmeal wheat cookie, and that's it. I got nothing. Because once again, you are now waking up to the realization that you are a driftwood American. You see, you didn't leave MAGA before November 5th, 2024. You left MAGA after November 5th of 2024. And some of you are only leaving, because Trump did something that you didn't like. And now you're regretting what you did. Meaning you haven't learned a motherfucking thing. You haven't. Because if you did, you wouldn't have voted for that motherfucker in the first place. I'm all cried out, dog. I need y'all to understand something. Those of you who are leaving and those of you who were never in that cult to begin with, I need you to understand this. Donald Trump was never good for America. Ever. None of his ideas made any sense. Nothing he did the last time he was in the White House and this time will make your life better. The people who make $50,000 a year and under, a lot of y'all voted for that shit in overwhelming majorities. You played dice with your own balls. And now you found out that the dealer, the person who's running the table, will take them right before they hit the wall. So you're not even getting a return on investment at this point. But now you're leaving. I said this on November 6th. I will continue to say this until there's no longer breath in my body. I don't trust some of you motherfuckers. I don't. Some of you had that cult-like behavior in your heart. You were just waiting for somebody to give you permission to see it and do it. So I cannot trust you at all. I will never turn my back on you because I'm afraid you will put a knife in it. You will vote selfishly, regret voting selfishly, and then come back saying, I regret voting selfishly. No. This is a stain that you have to walk with from now on. And I will not let you forget it. If you voted for Jill Stein, same deal. If you voted for RFK, same deal. The only person I will give you grace for, if you voted for them, is Jasmine Sherman. But other than that, I got nothing for you. I don't. You can leave MAGA, but that stain is on you forever as far as I'm concerned. That shit should be printed on your tombstone. On your headstone, it should say, believed in MAGA. Because it took you way too fucking long to realize how incredibly disgusting this man is. And it's only because it hit you that you're even saying anything about it in the first place. You don't give a fuck. You gave a fuck when it happened to you. Meaning, there isn't a fight I want to stand next to you in. Ever. Because you're the sort of person that I cannot turn my back on. Because there will be a knife in it. There are some people that learned from their mistake in 2020. They did not make it in 2024. And then there's you. Because you're leaving MAGA now. But how many times did you support MAGA? 3 times, at least. Supported it in 2016. Supported it in 2020. Supported it in 2024. How many of you said that January 6th was a walk in the park and then had the audacity to say that there's cities that no longer exist because of BLM? How many times did you do that? How many times did you say to yourself, I don't care if it hurts the people I don't like, but just don't hurt me? You think your awakening now gives you some grace? No, it doesn't. Not as far as I'm concerned. You get no love and no grace here. Not an ounce. Not 1 ounce. And the reason for that is the exact same reason it has always been. Because your selfishness got us to where we are right now. What, 15 days in? You just now realized this man's a piece of shit. And that he will go back on everything that he says. He just wanted your votes. He told you this. He told you this. I don't care about you, I just want your votes. That came out of his mouth. Not mine, not me making it up. That came out of his. Vote for me and you'll never have to vote again. A threat of a dictatorship. You heard that and said, yeah. Why would I trust you to do anything? Why? Why would I trust you to do anything? So I'm glad this is trending, this right here. I'm glad it's trending. But it's a day late and about $100 billion short. Because now you realize that a guy you didn't elect now has access to the Treasury Department, which means your Social Security is in jeopardy. Your disability insurance, disability benefits are in jeopardy. Your veterans benefits are in jeopardy. When he started hanging out with that guy, it should have been an indication. But I bet you 2 weeks ago, you were all about, oh, it wasn't a Nazi salute. It was from his heart. I can't trust you. I have lived long enough to know that you didn't just wake up because he was wrong. You simply woke up because he did something to you. And that means at a moment's notice, when the next demagogue comes up using the MAGA playbook, maybe they'll call it something cooler. Morning in America, back, or some other shit. Morning in America again. You will be right back to that cult. I cannot trust you. So if you're using the hashtag leaving MAGA, fine. Go ahead. You might find some sympathy from some people. Not with me. As long as I live, you who are leaving MAGA right now, after everything that man said leading up to the 2024 election, means absolutely nothing to me. I will look at you as a traitor to the Constitution. I will look at you as a traitor to your fellow American citizens. And I will never turn my back on you because I cannot trust you. Just know that no matter where you are, if I come across you and you're talking about you left MAGA after this past election, the first words out of my mouth will be, I don't fucking trust you.
Well, this was always my question. This was for Republican voters who are business owners who might have a very successful business built off of slave labor. And I feel like this country only works off of slave labor in some type of capacity. That means whether it is getting goods from China at a very low cost, whether that means is having illegal immigrants come over here and work for very low wages. So very low wages, little protections, all that other stuff. You know, this country only works a certain way, and since its inception of black people being slaves, like it's the same thing. It's just like you might pay them a little bit more money, but it is in essence the same sort of concept. Like unless the profit margins are wide with your labor, your businesses don't grow and thrive in the capitalistic system that we have built in and thrived in, or at least some thrived in. So I was like wondering, I'm like, all these Republicans out here voting for these people and voting for these Republicans who are trying to get rid of illegal immigrants and stuff like that. And so the lady goes on to say like, oh, they're about to close their business because like they don't have anybody to work and they don't want to pay what it would cost for you to get an American, like citizen, construction worker. On top of that, probably like the protections and whatnot that you would actually have to pay. On top of that, workers' comp, actually like make sure they have a safe environment and stuff like that. Just keeping it real, because this is slave labor. Say what you want. Like the conditions gonna be what the conditions gonna be. So I wonder like how, especially some of you people, construction, real estate, the people who clean your homes, the people who are your gardener, like you don't want to pay Americans for that service because you would have to pay more. So how are you going to you're going to have to shell out more money to pay people, or you're just going to go out of business. So I was wondering the rationale and how y'all voted and how that was working out. Because the United States system has definitely taken advantage of immigrant workers for a reason. Like that's what the United States does. It's a slave labor company, but a company. That was right. But anyways, yeah, I always wonder what the rationale behind that was. But that lady said she done voted for Trump and she don't want to vote for him again, and basically she done effed around and found out. Everybody about to find out. But they done really effed around and found out.
I invite you to go watch this video. Completely watch it. Because I got a question. This is a MAGA who's complaining that they feel bad, that they should not have voted for Trump, that it's detrimental to their company. Their company may very well wind up going out of business with the tariffs. All the way through this. My husband and I made a mistake. Where the fuck's her husband? Both of y'all voted for this bullshit, for this circus. But you're the only one on camera doing a mea culpa. That we voted. Where the fuck is he at? Why isn't he sitting beside you? Oh, I get it. You get to be used as a sympathetic alibi. We voted for him in 2016. We voted for him in 2020. We voted for him in 2024. Where's your other half at? Just like over 50% of white women voted for Trump. Here's another one taking a hit for her man. Stand by my man. I'm going to go on camera. I'm going to do the mea culpa. Yeah. That way he can tell all his friends, I still think Trump can pull it out. I still think things will work out. And let her take the hit. Yeah, that bullshit right there. She ain't sorry for shit. She's the shield. And she's willing to be the shield. Yeah, right. You voted for it. Lose your fucking business. I don't give a fuck. You that stupid? And then gonna be even more stupid to act as a family shield. Yeah, that bullshit right there. God damn it.
Let me know what you think in the comment section about this episode. But at this point, it all looks performative right now because you telling us, so we do what? What are people supposed to do with the information that you're giving? That you were changed and you are a good man now. You didn't know that this is going to happen. You want people to sympathize with you because you're losing your business. You're losing your money. And that's one of the things some of these MAGAs don't get when people attack them, because how are we still struggling with the fact that they are banning DEI, that they are literally, laying off so many people, that they are literally taking off, the merchandise of black people from the convenience stores, and we're supposed to be coming and, sympathize with you and be like, oh, we feel so sorry that this is happening to you when you supported the man that is doing all of this. These people are just so out of touch, and the only thing that matters to them is the money in their pockets. But soon as that money stops coming, yeah, they want everyone to give them attention. But the moment everything is going good, they really don't care about the happenings and the bad things that are literally happening to other people. If you're not even careful enough, you would realize that if her workers or their workers would not be touched, you would realize that she probably would be one of them people that would call ICE to come and take, immigrants. But now that it is happening to her, yeah, it is a different story, and she regrets doing this. I think whoever came up with FAFO really came up with a very, very beautiful statement, because we are about to see lots of them going out of business. And to be honest, they rightfully deserve so, because other people are going through the hardest times right now. Yeah. And it's because of such people that brought this on the entire country. You chose a fascist. You chose a person that is very selfish, in the name of saying, make America great again, and it is time to take care of American people. But then he's also taking away the rights of American people right now. So I am wondering, what is he doing really? This is gonna be a hell of a long ride. But you know what? I hope that these people that did this get exactly what they voted for, and apparently lots of them have started experiencing this. Lots of them that never wanted DEI are only finding out right now that they were DEI hires, and they're also finding out that the people they thought are not qualified, they are the most educated, and they have all the qualifications. So if DEI goes out of the window, let's see who is more qualified. Unfortunately, the system is not that really transparent. I feel like they will still do whatever they need to do to make sure that they put palm-colored people in offices. But I think it's so good to see them crushing out right now, because, yeah, this is happening to them. They are asking themselves, how in the world could we not see this? You saw it. But one of the episodes that I did recently, I said most of the times palm-colored people, they are all the same. The first thing they put on the list is whiteness first, thinking that this is not going to involve them. If that wasn't the case, they wouldn't be voting like this. They would literally think. You would ask yourself, do they even think rationally? Do they even literally do a background? Or they just go with the fact that, he's a palm-colored man that wants to be in office and he wants us to be back on the top, but then not considering the consequences of taking out everyone else, right? Yeah, so the thing is, who now is going to be facing it the worst? Because the worst person to deal with is a poor palm-colored person, because they will do anything to make sure they take whatever you have. So I hope other people are getting ready for this FAFO season, because it is there. It is already there. And one thing that is very important is how they always have empathy, and they feel bad when it happens to them. Things don't have to happen to you first for you to realize that people are having it bad, and for you to choose and vote with sense. You realize that now she's coming out saying, oh, we regret. You and who? You and your husband. Your husband is not on the screen. You're taking the bullets for him. But the thing is, why does it have to happen to you for you to understand that people told you, do not do this, do not vote this, because it's going to affect you? Can you imagine people caring that much to tell you, you know what, it's going to affect you, don't do it, right? But these people, it has to happen to them first for them to be like, oh wow, this is actually real. And even when it happens to them, they come out to speak because they want everybody else to feel bad for them. You see how self-centered they are? Self-centered and selfish. It's all supposed to be about them, not everybody else. Have you had any struggles that she's mentioning of the fact that some of these people that were working for them, right, they were making money and they were feeding their families? Did you hear her mention anything like, too bad for our workers? No, too bad for us who are going out of business. But they are forgetting the families that are being ripped apart. They are forgetting that there are people that have been, fending for these families to live and survive. Yeah, they don't talk about that. They talk about themselves. But also, in this entire process of, this is my thought, okay? In this entire process of taking immigrants, why don't they go for the people that hired immigrants also? How do you go against the rules of, the country and hire someone that does not have proper documentation? Yeah, America is like a slave state, and everybody else like these huge corporations, which makes me so happy because they are going down, right? They have been relying on, low, cheap labor. They don't want to pay American people that much. And they know that the country they live in is expensive. The cost of living is high. Rent is high. Groceries are high. Education is high. Medical care is high. And lots of people are living paycheck to paycheck. Unfortunately, that's the truth. Not everybody really has all of it figured out. Some people, if they don't go to work for a week, unfortunately, they won't be able to eat except if they have to rely on government assistance, which is also supposed to be taken out, right? So my thing is, they are not willing to pay American people that much or money that is worth, and yet they are making a lot of money. That's the thing. They make a lot of money. They are super rich. They are like, they have all of it, but they don't want to give it up. And it's time for them now to get a reality check, because no American is going to do any of those jobs for nothing. So if they thought there's a rising out of that, it's going to be hard, because you either adjust and pay American people what you're supposed to be paying them, or if not, then you're going to stay down. Or maybe you will continue bringing in, because I feel like people have questions like, how do immigrants come into our countries? It's such people, it's such corporations that help these people to enter your country. Yes, they work with other agencies. If you don't know, there are so many agencies even over here in Africa, yeah, that literally take people for little or to nothing. And if you thought that these people don't know that these people are in this country illegally, they know exactly, and they help them to come in this country because they want to make more money and they pay less, right? So they're willing to go the illegal way. Don't think these people are making it on their own. Ask yourself, how do they figure out how to get a job in a new country where they have never been? You think these people don't know? They know everything. So people that are saying, you know, they're dumb, they don't think and all of that, they know. They know, and that's how exactly they benefit. And now that the whole thing it's like a cartel, Mr. Trump is like, you know what, this entire cartel has to go down. Well, those that don't have ties to the White House, what are they going to do? They are going to lose. But at the same time, I feel like there are higher chances of them always going back and getting more of these immigrants. But anyways, what do you my people think? How do you love the FAFO season? I think it's really going great, and a lot of Black people are having such a great time with these episodes, and I appreciate that. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not, and let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will definitely see you in another amazing video. Until then, my name is Gracie, and I love you. Bye.